I'll be done with the books. So I can put them in.
Oh, don't worry about it for right now. This is fine. I have enough room, so you'll be okay. So, did you get a chance to work on these over the week?
No, I've been.
Yes, you did.
You did?
I was gone on Friday. I didn't do it on Thursday, Wednesday, Monday, and Tuesday. Well,
And
I did
Thursday.
this on Wednesday, but
Okay. Can I hear them, please?
yeah, I have them memorized basically. So.
Wow. Even if you have them memorized, I want to look.
Why are you stopping?
Yeah, you were cutting a beat. It's like, why did that sound so weird when I played it back in my head? Oh, pretty much right on the money there, 110. Whoa. What is that?
It's blanking on the one.
I have some weird...
1, 2, 3.
Well, I will figure that out later. I don't know what started that. Don't worry about it for right now. Just regular metronome, okay? 1, 2, 3.
There it is.
It's okay if you missed. I'm not worried about that at all. Try that one again.
Last one.
Yeah.
Left by right.
Yep. No, I know. I just wanted you to try it again. It wasn't quite in time. Okay.
I'm really confused.
That's okay. So, let me tell you
I've
one.
done that before, but
Yeah. It's
that's
on top of it.
throwing me off.
Yeah, it's new. And
That's
here's
what?
the thing. You're thinking that it's throwing you off. It tightened you up all up here. You were cutting a beat short. As soon as you had the metronome to keep you accountable, all of a sudden, boom, tight, boom, tight, boom, tight. It fixed these a lot immediately, right off the bat.
I do this with Dad.
Well, good.
I
Good.
do metronome.
Good.
I don't
You, the more that's part of the reason why you're ahead of a lot of other kids is because you use the metronome all the time. It's good. It's important to use the metronome a lot. Okay? It's going to keep you tight. It's going to keep you accountable. You'll get used to feeling the 4-bar phrases. The big thing right now that you're not used to is that jazz likes to make the accents on the end of 4 instead of on beat 1. All of your rock, all of your metal, all of your pop punk, all of that kind of stuff, all of it, not what I'm talking. All of that's going to want to hit on 1, right? Occasionally you'll hit on the end of 4, but most of the time everything comes down to 1. Jazz, it is much more common to hit on the end of 4 than it is to actually hit on 1. It's a different feel and you have to get used to it. It's the same as how you can just feel 4 bars without really counting. If I were to just play, you'd probably be able to tell me right at the beginning of the 5th bar, even if you were not counting in your head, right?
Yeah, rock. It normally has spaces. Like every 4 bars.
Tell me where it is. Don't bother counting. Exactly. You hear 4-bar phrases in your head without having to deliberately count them.
I hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
You're counting. You're actually counting to 16.
Well, I feel it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
So tell you what. So I can see a little bit into your head. Play what I just played. Play the basic money groove, and I want you to count it the way that you hear it in your head. Okay, so you're counting 16th notes all the time, even if you're going faster. What if I play this? Hold on. What if I play this? What are you hearing there? I doubt it. Actually? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm hearing 2/4. I just hear the snare drum.
Yeah. So, that subdivision definitely will help when you want to play things that are, more complicated or whatever. But I will say when we start getting into things that are a little bit more harmonic, you actually have to let go of a lot of that subdivision. You have to hear everything just from the quarter note and know that all the space between each quarter note is going to be flexible.
Yeah.
So, okay. So can we go on then? Let's go on to this one. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, it's weird, huh? See how you're backwards? That's why we put a star here.
I hit the kick on.
No, here. So before you get frustrated, you played this correctly. You came in at the right time, and you played it correctly.
But I didn't.
You did. It's what came after.
Which is kind of part.
It's the timing. It's weird. You're not used to this kind of stuff.
It's kick.
To hit on the end of 3 and not hit the downbeat, it's weird. That's jazz. It's another language. There's weird things that are happening. So you did not play this wrong. You just have to figure out how to stick with the metronome at the end of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, rumba. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you gotta, because otherwise you're gonna hit the hi-hat immediately after that note, which you probably won't. Which means then you have to wait for 4, 1, 2 before your hi-hat foot comes back down. That's a long time to wait. It doesn't seem like it's a long time to wait, but it is a long time to wait. Okay? Try it again. Because it's going to feel awkward with the metronome right now, but the metronome does help you in the long run. It's worth it. Here we go. 1. You don't have to be so punchy about it, but you're correct. And because you had the metronome on, you were sure. Right? It helps. It's worth it. Okay, good. Let's keep going. Doing a good job. This stuff is tough. Yeah, buddy. Hold on.
I'll say that stop.
Yeah, stop for a sec. Go ahead and pause that for a sec.
3, 4, 1.
Okay, cool. So I think for me, that's good enough to move on to the next page. This is the one that we're gonna have to be careful of, okay? And tell me why.
That kick.
It's
I keep
because you want to hear beat 4 as beat 1. That's why. Okay? So yeah, it's important to play. This one isn't difficult for you. You're playing it correct every time, but it's important to have the metronome on, because if the metronome isn't on, and Dad says that wasn't the right time, and you think it is the right time, then you guys just end up arguing. If you got a metronome, there's no arguing. You are either on or you are not, and the metronome will tell you. Right? So when you practice ones like this, it better be with a metronome, because otherwise it's not going to do you any good. Okay? You have to know for sure that you're on beat 1. I was glued to the metronome when I was first learning jazz because it just did not feel comfortable for me. I had a really hard time feeling where a downbeat was, and especially when you get to some of these later ones where we're doing all dotted notes, or all upbeats, it's easy to lose track of your downbeat. So we use the metronome in order to make sure that we have that. Okay? I totally meant to have this ready for you guys today, but it is in my car. I'll go get the other, or I'll go get my.
I can't see it. That's the thing. I can't see it. Dad, I can see it. No. It's too. Just put it over here. I can see it.
Something other than bucket of fish. Something other than bucket of fish. Do I need to get in there and start pointing at things again? Then play it.
He's coming back.
I know, play it all the way through. That's not playing it through, that's starting at the end.
Save that for next week. Save next week.
That's what you said last week.
Yep.
Yeah, next week. As in the next week from this. And now I don't have to do any soccer. Great. Mom is not cutting my hair today.
All right. So why don't we measure figures now? Do we want to just jump straight to the? That's what we were doing.
Yeah,
That
don't
was
want
that
to do that.
page.
No, 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 no.
Take a look at this. So the main thing that we're doing right now is because you have a lot of the other ones memorized, right? We're going to take a look at this. We're going to try to figure out how to read these. So let's look at this first one here. Let's look at this first one. So when you just see a quarter note on beat 1 like that, we've done this before, right? And then this is just a note all by itself. Is it on a downbeat or an upbeat? Downbeat or upbeat? Upbeat? Okay.
Zane, you have a voice, use it.
Yeah. So, can you think of how this one would go? I want you to try to, right now we're in that point where you're learning to read and you're trying to sound out words. You're seeing letters, but you need to sound out the word is what we're trying to do. So how would you try this at first? Give it a try. What do you think?
I don't know what that is. That's just 2 notes.
It's one note because it's tied, right? It's just an upbeat on the end of 3. Think about it for a little bit.
I thought
Okay.
when it was
So
tied,
you
it
have-
means it's loud.
Yes. So
Yes,
when
that's
it's tied, you said 2 notes, which is why I said it.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're talking about the
One,
first one here?
2. No,
Yeah.
1, 2.
Well, they're tied. You don't play them both. You only play the one.
Which
Yeah.
one?
They're tied together. It's the same as a dotted quarter note. You don't play ba ba because there's the tie here. It's just ba.
Doo-ba.
So, what count is it on? The end of 3 or the end of 4?
3.
Good. Have you played anything that's just one loud note on the end of 3?
No.
Are you sure? So if I turn back to
Yes.
this page, I point to one that looks like
Yes.
this.
Yes.
Oh.
I was saying yes.
Okay.
You have to skip the whole tone like
So,
Because you change your answers without letting anybody know.
so right here, there's no note written here, but you would still play it the same way, right? Ba, boom, rum, ba. Just like this one. It's exactly the same as this one. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, this one. 1, 2, run, da. It's that one that we were working on. Ba. I like to call those Roombas. Roomba.
Not vacuum.
No. A vacuum. It doesn't sound as good. Okay, so sound it out. Now try it. Now that I've given you a giant hint, let's see if you can put it together. Yes. So, where were your eyes? I gave you a hint that was too big because then you stopped reading. And the point is we need to make you read these, right? Okay, so give this one a try now with your eyes on the page. You don't have to be goofy about it, but I need your eyes on the page. Go ahead. One more time. One more time. Good. Yep. Good. All right.
I did it without blinking.
What about this one? Well, this is, remember how we had ones that were crossed out before because they were just, this is giving you, see it says 16 again, because it's just giving you like a fancier, here's how a drummer would play this, and these are the horn figures, okay?
And these are the
So we're going to
same
skip
things.
these. Yeah, same thing. We're going to skip that one too, because that's not, and this one right here, right? We're just looking at the horn figures. We're not
And
looking
this.
at these ones in particular. Yeah. Okay. So how do we do this one? So this is the same, right? So you recognize this?
I know.
So, what do you mean? Okay. What about this? It's going to be a little bit different, and why?
It's the end of 3, and
It's-
then there's.
It's the and of 3. So if it's the and of 3, but what's different about it from this one? What's the difference?
It's not tied.
It's not tied, meaning it's a short note or a long note.
Short.
It's a short note, right? So we have 2 versions of an upbeat. One is long and one is short. So rumba is the longer one. What's the short one? But it's only one note. Yeah. Oh, careful. Make sure that you still go back to the downbeat.
I go on the 4. It
'Cause-
lands on the 4, and then I go on the 4.
You were too long. Ba boom rum bzz, boom. Right? Because you're already shutting the hi-hat on the end of 3 here. You can't shut it again immediately after. Yeah. Okay. Can we try? Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so now that you've done it a couple times, you're correct. Let's try it here. Jing, 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 da, do, ra, zzz, boom. Do you need me to play it so you can hear it?
No, I'm just
You got it?
confused. Metronome doesn't make it make sense. Could I have to? No. No. I have to hit it on the end.
Well,
No.
your bass drum is on the down. Rumba. 1, 2, rumbs. 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 So you start the rough, the drag on the end of 2. You put a bass drum down on 3. Yeah. You've been doing it this whole time, so you know how to do it. It's just weird seeing it on paper and with the metronome.
No, it's the metronome makes it weird.
Well, it's all
But-
3 put together.
But I kind of get it.
You get it? You want to do it by yourself, or you don't want me to try it?
Oh, I can do it by myself.
You can't do it with a stick. It has to be a finger. Okay. Give it a try. A little early, but on the downbeat. So do you see what's happening? So you're putting down your foot on the and of 4. You're almost on 1. You're a little bit early. You're playing the rhythm in the right spot, though. The rest of this is right.
Yeah,
Ba,
it's good.
boom, rum, tzz, is correct. It's just coming out on beat 1 afterwards. It's the exact same problem that we were running to over here. It's the same thing. It's just tough, and you just have to get used to it like anything else. Okay? Now we can do this one. This one's going to be easier.
No, we still have to do that one and get it right.
Okay. There it is.
That's weird.
It is.
It's supposed to be on the end 4. Like,
It is weird.
like.
You
why-
are correct.
Like, it's like. That makes more sense to me.
Because that's what jazz does most of the time. Most of the time, jazz is hitting on the and of 4. And less often on beat 1. It's less often. But it's not written here. Which means you're giving a downbeat as a courtesy to the other band members.
Yeah.
Okay? For jazz, this should be open more.
It was just like way open. It was
Yeah,
like
this is-
that.
this is
It was like that
plenty.
open.
Yeah, that's fine. It's because what happens is that if when you start doing this a bunch, vibration causes things to go loose. Like, have you ever noticed that this one goes loose a lot? It's
not
because
like
that's,
now.
yeah, these two right here are where I do my rim shots. And so the vibration from the stick hitting all the time, it causes these to come loose. So it's the same thing with the more that you're stomping on the hi-hat pedal, the more it's going to come loose, and it's just going to get bigger, higher and higher. Yep. Okay, so you got this one? This one I think is easier. So, sound it out. How does this work? That's your first accent, right? So if that's an accent, what do we hit there?
Wait,
Uh-huh. So what do you think we put here?
wait.
Yep. And then, easy peasy. What is this? Yeah. Yeah. So, now that you've sounded it out on your own, try it. Yeah. Look at you. I didn't give you any hints.
Yes, we did. What's this?
It's making sense,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So, you know what else you could use here since you like using it? When we have a snare on 2, what can we use on beat 4? Uh-huh. So don't do a crash though, because it's only a short note. Dugga-duggoon, da, doom ba doom, crash. So I would just hit a snare drum with a ride cymbal here.
3? Like 1.
1, 2, 3, bucket of fish. Ba doo ba doo da.
We just turn that into that.
Yep. Pretty close. Yeah.
Except we don't have.
Pretty cool, right? You're starting to see them as words now instead of just letters. Okay.
Or as things, not notes. Or as.
Starting to
So-
see phrases.
You know what's interesting? This one right here is how you wanted to play this one. Because look what's here. I see.
Okay, back crash.
Yeah, you went snare bass. This one wants you to go bass snare, but it's still rough bark crash.
Or
You don't want a long hit on that first one because that's a short note. So don't do a long hit. You want a short hit on that one, which is why bark works so well. Crash. Okay.
crash was
Go ahead, do it. In fact, I think you'll like this one with the metronome because it'll make sense to you. It's what you wanted to do up here. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Up, up. There are 2 upbeats in a row. Upbeat, upbeat. Yep, good. What about this one?
About half of the first page.
Oh yeah, I'm watching the time, so don't worry about it. But right now you're on a roll. You don't want to cut it when you're on a roll. That seems ridiculous, right? Let's jam all the way to the bottom if we can. So what about this one? How do you read this? Dooba.
Dooba dooba.
Boom bop dooba dooba. Are you goofing now? Did you forget dooba dooba? Dooba dooba. So, all you have to do is add a bass snare on top of it. You can even do bucket of fish if you want. 1, 2, 3, bucket of fish, bop, dooba dooba. Okay, and again, but this time I want you to look. Well, don't look at this one. This one doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just.
So you're starting to see the shapes now.
Yeah, now we're going to number 21.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
1, 2.
Okay. And that's an upbeat, right? So based on the tools that you have, let's take it one letter at a time and sound out the whole phrase, right?
Okay.
So 1 letter at a time. These are 2 quarter notes that they want you to play. So you've got 2 options. You can either bop bop on the snare, or you can still play it bass snare if you'd like. Both of those are viable. Okay?
Snare. Or snare bass.
I would choose bass snare.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That's what I would choose. But
Bass snare.
the other ones are not wrong. So now what is this?
1, 2. Like it's the end of 3.
It's the end of 3, you're right. So what tools do we have for end of 3? We've got 2 different tools. So we have one bark, but do we bark once or twice? Once, because there's only 1 note, right? And why do we do bark instead of Roomba? Why? Why?
Mom, short.
Yeah, over here because it's short. Ba, ba, rough bark. Yep, so this one, what's going to make this one hard? Because you just played it correct right there. What's going to make it hard?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, where the downbeat is. 4
Yeah,
again,
perfect.
right?
It was perfect.
Well, it doesn't.
No,
There's no
it's-
accent on and of 4.
It's weird. Chaz is weird.
Amen, brother. It is weird, but it's not written
I
here.
don't like it.
It's not written here. So we have to give a courtesy downbeat on 1.
Okay, so we did it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, ba, ra, ji. Yep. Don't do it like a rock player now. Do it like a jazz player this time.
That's just like, it feels like I'm going.
It
like,
feels
look,
weird.
Keep it going. It feels like this.
It just feels like an eternity.
Like this.
What the heck are you doing?
Like that, make that 5, and that's like,
So one of the things that helps me, because I also like to feel the upbeat. This is what helps me. Listen to this. This is how I do it. Oh, actually, I added an extra count. That was, wow. See, it's even hard for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. So, I did this on the end of 4 instead of a bass drum. That's what gave me the downbeat. Bum, ba, ra, j, rum. Then you still get to play on the end of 4. Yeah! That feels better, doesn't it?
still feels weird.
It still feels weird.
My foot's like, yeah,
But does it feel better or worse?
better actually.
Okay, well, great.
Okay.
Then you are welcome to use
122.
it. We got one more down here.
This is the last one.
I'll be the decider, but for now, let's get it.
We stay on this side of the line.
Okay. What do we have here? Read the word.
It's on 1.
In fact, don't
First.
read any of this. Just the notes.
What? There's the outside.
Yep.
First, no, it's on 1, so
Well, what is it? What kind of note is it?
dotted,
Dotted into
a tie.
a tie, but into an upbeat. So it's a downbeat into an upbeat. And for that, we pretty much always use. Yeah.
So we start off with
So-
ba, and then end with.
So, based on exactly the rules that I've shown you, you would play this dooba roomba. But because we just did dooba dooba, we can actually do something easier. We can just kind of repeat dooba dooba. You can just do it like that.
Like this, like 1, 2, 3,
Exactly correct.
4.
Eyes over here. Yep. Well, don't do that. You then gave another weird. No embellishment this time. Just get it. But you're right.
So 1, 2, 3.
Don't add the extra crash. You don't need it. Dooba dooba ba dooba. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's not your fault. You got stuck there.
I go up because I hit in the middle. And
I saw that happened. That's not your fault. So one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. Okay.
Stop
All right.
writing.
We have 9 minutes.
I think we will go ahead and call it there. Otherwise, I'm worried for your